Good morning, students. First of all, I would like to congratulate all our students for successful completion of your 2 years engineering course. Now, all our students are promoted to the third year. From today onwards, our classwork is going to start. Okay, now? So, in your third year, there are total 5 subjects and 3 labs are present. Out of these 5 subjects, I am going to handle one of the subject, that is power electronics. So before going to start the subject power electronics, you have to know what is power electronics and why we have to study this subject. Okay, now? So first of all, you know these 2 points. First one, what is power electronics? Power electronics is the one of the branch in electrical subject, so which deals with the controlling of the power. Okay, now actually in power systems there are 4 concepts, that means generation, transmission, distribution and utilization. In these 4 concepts we have to work properly by using these power electronics only. Okay, now so these power electronics plays a very important role in controlling of the power. For example, we are generated large amount of power and we have to transmit this power from one place to another place. At that situations we are facing some problems. Those problems can be overcome by using these power electronics. So what is power electronics means? It is nothing but the subject which deals with the controlling of the power by using semiconductor devices. So let's coming to the second point, why we are going to study this power electronics. So let us see a practical examples. In some situations we need DC, that means in practical situations we need a DC excitation. At that situation we have to convert that AC into the DC. That means actually we are generating AC at generating station. Now we are receiving AC at the distribution point or at the load point, but coming to the utilization purpose we need DC. At that situation we have to convert that AC power into the DC. Okay, now at that situations we need these power electronic devices for the conversion purpose. So there are so many conversions can be done by using these power electronic devices or semiconductor devices. What are those converters means? If you see practically, we can convert AC to DC conversions. After that we convert again this DC to AC converters, and in some situations we need fixed DC to variable DC. In some other practical examples we need change of frequency. That means actually we are generating power with 50 Hz frequency, but in some practical applications there is a need of change of frequency. At that situation we can use these power electronics devices and we can convert from some already existed frequency to some other frequencies. Okay, now this is what we are doing with the power electronics. Okay, now that means mostly we are using to conversion. How can we convert these things from AC to DC and DC to AC? By using some control techniques. Okay, now so our main aim is controlling the power. Okay, now so already we know the difference between the electrical and electronics. What is electrical means? In electrical concept, it deals with the high voltage and low frequency, but electronics means it deals with high frequencies and low voltages. Then what about the power electronics? So it is the combination of both electrical and electronics. That means here the power electronics deals with the high rating of the electronics. What the electronics done, here also same work will be done by the power electronics also. That means with high rating. Okay now, so by improving the power ratings, we can apply the electronic circuits. Okay now, so what the electronic circuits done, this is also done by the power electronics with the high rating. So let us see what are the topics we are going to cover in our power electronics subject. In this subject we have totally 6 units are present. So in that, first one is power semiconductor devices. So in this unit 1 we are going to study about all the basics of the semiconductor devices. What are the semiconductor devices we are going to study is SCRs. SCRs means silicon control rectifiers, and MOSFETs, IGBTs. Okay na? After that we have to study the characteristics of SCR and operating methods of SCR, and what are the triggering circuit present for the triggering of SCRs. Okay na? So in our unit 1 we are going to discuss about only basic elements. What are the elements we are going to use for the designing of the circuits. Okay na? So coming to the unit 2. Unit 2 we are going to convert AC to DC. That means by using these semiconductor devices, that is by using SCRs, okay na, we are going to convert AC to DC. In this unit we are going to see how these conversions are done with the help of these SCRs, and we are going to analyze the conversion also in mathematical method. Okay na? So for every conversion there is mathematical analysis also required. Okay na? So in unit 2 we are going to study about AC to DC conversion of the single phase circuits. That means single phase sinusoidal wave is going to convert it to the DC. Okay na? This is about unit 2. Next, coming to the unit 3. In unit 3 what we are seen in unit 2, that means convert AC to DC converters by using single phase. Here we are using 3 phase for conversion of this AC to DC. Okay na? With different loads, that is resistive load, inductive loads, and combination of both RL loads. Okay na? So in unit 3 also we are done the mathematical analysis for each and every conversion. Okay na? So what are the different type of methods is also used for conversion of this AC to DC. Next, coming to the unit 4, we are going to study about DC to DC converters. DC to DC, why we are already it is a DC, then again we are converting to a DC means just we are boosting up or increasing the magnitude or decreasing the magnitude of the DC quantities. That means, for suppose we are getting the DC of magnitude of 100 volts or 20 volts. Example, let us take a 20 volts. We need to increase this magnitude. At that situation, we are using this DC to DC converter for boost up the voltage levels. In some situations we need to reduce the DC levels. That means, for suppose we are getting the DC of 30 volts, but we need only 20 volts. At that situation, we are using the buck converters for reducing the magnitude of the voltage levels. Okay now, so here the purpose of the DC to DC conversion is for stepping up or stepping down the magnitudes of the DC voltage. Practically in AC we are using the transformers for stepping or stepping down, but for DC it is not possible to use transformer. Okay now, that's why here we are definitely use these converters. Okay na? So here the main concepts are these buck converters and boost converters and combination of these buck and boost converters. Okay na? So here also we done mathematical analysis for the each and every converter. After that, let us see the unit 5, DC to AC converters. So here we are going to convert DC to AC converters. Okay na? So with different loads, that is R load, RL load. So here how can we convert this DC to AC means by using inverters. Okay na? By using inversion process. Inverters also, there are so many types of inverters is there, that is voltage source inverter and current source inverter. Okay na? So we will see in detail in upcoming classes. Okay na? So just we are taking these are the points existed in DC to AC converter. That means there is a study of inverters is there. Next, coming to the 6th unit, AC to AC regulators. That means we need to control the AC power with certain limits. Okay na? So in unit 6 we are going to see the regulators of the AC systems. Okay na? So these are the 6 units we are going to discuss in upcoming classes. Okay na? So from tomorrow onwards we will start unit 1. So students, I request one thing, please try to watch all the videos fully. Okay na? So why? Because these are all are interlinked subject, especially our EEE subjects all are interlinked subject. If you are not able to understand one of the topic, then you are not able to understand next topic. For suppose in our power electronics subject, you are not interested or not able to visit unit 1 or not able to listen unit 1, then you are not able to understand unit 2 also. Why? Because all the basic operations are explained in unit 1. That means how the SCR is operated, how the SCR is triggered, and how this SCR is turned off. All these topics are discussed in unit 1, but you are not able to see the unit 1, then you are not able to understand the unit 2. So I request all the students, please try to follow all the videos. Okay na? Thank you students. In our next class we will start the unit 1. Thank you Amma.